Okay, today I'm back. My last video of maintaining acrylic nails, I mentioned that I might show you how to do a backfill after 2 weeks growth, 2 weeks or so. And so I'm back today to do that. For a list of products that I use, please see the part 1 of my acrylic maintaining video, and it will tell you everything that I'm using. So I'm hoping to keep this short and sweet, so I'll probably be pausing it in between events. But I'm going to start with, I'm going to do my one finger to show you a backfill after some growth. And so I'm starting with taking the clear polish off that I had on there last time. And I don't spend a lot of time rubbing and messing with the polish because I'm going to be taking off the surface with my sanding block anyway. So we go ahead and clean that off of there good. And then the focus here is to try to get this back edge ready for a new coat of acrylic. So I can use my sanding block to go around the back edge and take away any flakes, kind of like I did on my first video in my maintaining period. So I'm going to get rid of anything on that back edge, and I can also use a regular file for this part as well. Kind of a soft grit on the back side to get rid of that edge all the way around there. And I can also use my electric tool that's got a bit like I showed you in the last video that's tapered. That works really well for removing pieces off this back edge very gently. And then it's a very good tool because it's thin and tapered, and it doesn't damage the back edge of my nail. So that's my focus right now, is to get that back edge off of there. And then I'm going to be back to show you some more. Okay, also, in addition to taking the back edge off, you want to gently go ahead and take off the layer, the top layer, over the top surface of the nail. And again, you can do that with the flat file or the block, whichever, and just do a nice even sanding over the top surface. Don't spend a lot of time in one place so that you make a dip in it. You want to make sure that the surface stays nice and even and smooth. And then at this time you can also take off a little bit of the tip. You don't want to, on your backfill of the back edge, you don't want to take off a lot of the front edge. That happens when you go back and do your backfill of the white. But it is good to just go ahead and take that front surface off so that you can re-polish that during this backfill event. After you have filed that back edge and also smoothed out that front edge, you're going to want to take your cuticle pusher and go ahead and push back that back cuticle and scrape off any growth. There's a technical name for what that is, and I don't know it, but it's a kind of a white flaky stuff that grows underneath that cuticle, and you want to make sure you have scraped that off of there once you've pushed back that cuticle. Also, now is a good time to clean out from underneath the fingernail, and again, I like to use my electric tool with a real fine grit sanding barrel and stick it under that nail and let it kind of flake off any looseness or yellowing that's going on under the nail. And once it's been filed and ready for that application, I like to go ahead and clean it again. You can wash your nails or you can use the Scrub Fresh or some other form of cleaner, but it's very, very important to go ahead and get all the file dust off of there and make sure that's absolutely clean. And obviously when you're doing a full set of 10 nails, you probably want to do these things in order. You want to do the back edge of all 10 and then take off the surface, or you can do it all at once on each nail, however is quicker for you. You can spend a lot of unnecessary time on these backfills if you don't get into a routine of just doing it all the way through. The important thing is once you get everything filed and you clean your nail, you don't want to touch anything that will contaminate that surface of the nail. Because what we're going to be doing now is prepping the nail now for the application of the acrylic. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use, you can use the Scrub Fresh itself, but I like to use some Prep and Clean dehydrant, and this happens to be from ASP. But I like to go ahead and use the cleaner on that back edge. Just a quick swipe of that is all that's needed there. The other product I like to use from ASP during the backfill is the line eliminator. Without the line eliminator, when you do your backfill, you're liable to get, especially if you use acrylic that is fairly clear and see-through, you're liable to get a line right there from the old acrylic. But the line eliminator, a very thin coat of it across the back edge, will give you a nice invisible line when you fill with acrylic. So I like to put some of that on there, and then I'm going to use my non-acid primer. This is what is going to hold my acrylic on the nail. And so I put that right there on that back edge, trying to get it only on the natural nail, not on my skin, and as little as possible of it on the front acrylic line there. So it's ready to go, and I'm going to get my acrylics ready now and then show you how to apply that backfill.